Hey, so today we're gonna kick it back a notch from the "oh my god, these are crazy things my brain throws at me" to "oh, here's a little pocket of bliss that warms my manic heart and calms my chaotic mind." That's right, friends. Today we're talking cats and kittens. Probably one of the best and most divisive topics on the internet. Shockingly, I was not always a cat person. In fact, I lived decades in denial of my obsessive inner cat lover. What? Can you believe it? Me, who wears cat shirts and socks every time she travels like it's a good luck charm. It is, don't laugh, it works every time. Me, who has so many characteristics that are simply cat-like. Also, I've never picked up my feet when walking. Turns out this is a plus when you're clumsy and don't want to trample on your cat kids when they scamper down the hallway with you. I was clearly born a cat person. But seriously, growing up, I was told that cats are the devil incarnate, and no cat can ever love a human, they just use you for food. Yep, we lived in a dog household, and even that took some begging. I guess we also had a rabbit and a few carnival goldfish. One fish actually lasted 7 years. They were huge and probably would have lived forever, but their tank got cleaned and they didn't do so well after that. But I digress. So I grew up thinking that cats were out to get me with all of those claws and evil glowing eyes. Admittedly, there was a fireworks brand with a very satanic looking cat on it. I knew witches favored cats as familiars, and that was kind of cool and all, but cats were evil. They would never cuddle with you or anything. They were master manipulators. Okay, yeah, I'll admit this can still be true even now as a verifiable cat mom, and would rather you not be there, except for food. Oh, ugh, and that noxious, pervasive litter smell, ugh. We had a really great pup. She loved to love, go for walks, play fetch, and just lay around. She was huge and loving and hairy and in your face. She was a sweetie. I don't want you to think I didn't love her. I did, but oh, cats. One time, I bought a stuffed animal cat at a garage sale for $1. I named her Pretty Kitty and set her on my alarm clock. She was an orange sleeping stuffed animal with a Santa hat. I could sneakily pretend I had a cat, but my sisters would pretend they were possessed and say her name in tongues. So, yeah, that didn't last long. Cats are so perfect! It's weird imagining my life without them, so I will try to hurry through this denial phase so I can show you my preciouses. So, yeah. After college and well into a job and stuff, I was renting an apartment and I was quite alone. Friends would always say, "Hey, you should get a cat." To which I would usually respond, "No, I'm a dog person. I need unconditional love and my apartment is 300 square feet, so a puppy would probably be miserable in it. Also, I'm never home and let's face it, I don't want to go on walks all the time." In hindsight, resisting mandatory walks should have been a sign that puppies were not to be in my future. That and the fact that most dogs terrified me. Writing was certainly on the wall here. Why I answered this question about cats with saying how I couldn't have a dog, I'll never know. Perhaps the denial of my cat-loving self was so strong that logic was clouded. Also, this is what I imagined a cat would do to my dwelling in my absence. So I didn't get a cat, even though a cat would have been a perfect companion for my already cat lady ways, like obsessive knitting, Netflix binging, and being a dovekin. I was also becoming more and more wary of any dog I'd encounter that I didn't know. My gut would say, "Fly, you fool! That's a predator!" In my defense, they were huge and loud and didn't really care too much about bounding down the street after me. I even tried to project that "I'm tough, so back off" vibe. It didn't work. I'd hide behind whoever I could. I still do this. Fast forward, catless years, and I'm helping a friend find a second daughter. I, of course, mean cat. We went to the local shelter and my heart melted a bit. The dogs were so loud and abrasive, and the cats were so cuddly and snuggly. I sat in this pen thing and the little fluffers were just mewing and crawling all over me. Just little soft puffballs of love. Something shifted. My heart was open now that it had found its missing piece. Their paws, their beans, their cat activation sounds, the way they purr when they love you, how warm they snuggle, how much they love and need you, how they find the perfect place to snug up, how they know when your toes are frozen, how hard they play, how they play fetch. Yeah, dog lovers, cats can do this too, but in 3 dimensions because they can climb and get mad air. How they know when you are sad and love you until you are happy, or at least past a breakdown. how they wait for you outside of doors, how they wait for you to come home, how they try every trick in the book to wake you in the morning so that they are not alone, how they nudge in and try to taste your food, how they literally inhale water, their little noses, how their eyes get so big and precious when they're playing, how they nuzzle and face butt because they just can't get close enough to you, how unhelpful they are when knitting. I missed out on all of this love for years. I was in deep denial, yes. I was afraid to love. I annoyed my cat-loving love to please let us get a cat baby for months. He has always been a cat person, so I was quite miffed at how long this was taking. But finally, we went back to kitty paradise and our firstborn daughter found us. It's pretty magical, actually. I went and sat down in that little pen. All of the other kittens were playing, but this smallest Fluff just woke up, walked over, and snuggled down on my lap. Of course she purred nonstop, and I knew she was the one. My love, over-analytical mind he is, scooped her up and put her with the other kittens as a test to see if she truly liked us or was a brat to the other cats. Not really sure of the motives here. She paid them no mind, walked back over, and slept on my lap. We're bonded that way, bedtime buddies. We can't fall asleep without each other. So we brought Lorelei home, and she was the smallest thing ever with the biggest ears. She is precious and hates being alone. She's a super snuggler and keeps me company while I work. She now resembles Jake from Adventure Time. Her legs never really stop growing, and she is tall. Like, she can put her paws up 3.5 feet at least and can also open doors. She is the most majestic cat and has about 1,000 nicknames. And she still has really big ears. Because we couldn't leave for more than a day without Laura freaking out, we decided a year later to get another kitten. I honestly didn't know if I could love another baby like I love baby Chica. That's our most common name for Lorelei. But taking tips from the parents of human children, I found that I could. Cora, yeah, like from Avatar, is 100% exactly the opposite of Laura. She instigates every fight, eats all of the food she sees, and cannot sit still. She has the most bizarre meow too. It's like she makes the sound with her mouth closed and then opens it and nothing comes out. It's adorable. Cora the Bagora is quite an aggressive snuggler. She tries to bore her nose through your nose and into your very soul. Also, she purrs every time you pet her, and when she's in trouble. She knows what she's doing, little stinker. We call her Squeaks. So we have Cheeks and Squeaks. The second we got our first cat, I was off the rails. Cat shirts, cat socks, cat pajamas, a cat-eared hoodie with a pouch to carry cat babies. They don't really go for this, but whatever. Cat decor. We have this wall of strictly vintage cat paintings and photos. It's our family history wall. You've got great-grandma Eunice and the twins Uncle Vinny and Frederick. It's like Dolores Umbridge's office, but with less pink and frills. I think the cats move. I designed a cat print for Redbubble just so I could wear it as a scarf. I painted both of my daughter's baby portraits. Yep, these are going on the wall too. My phone is 100% cat photos, and even though it has over 200 gigs of space, I'm constantly fighting it. They are too cute! I'm a cat mom, what did you expect? Anything with a cat on it, and I am toast. So yeah, that is how I became a cat lady. No regrets, except for the wasted decades. I would like to take this time right now to thank you for watching. There's more weird, quirky stuff in the works, so stay tuned. And please, if you'd like, subscribe for more updates and such. Okay, bye!